Well, we just heard from the governor on the latest on the coronavirus in our state, and we know cases have surged in the last 2 weeks. This all comes just as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday. With more on what doctors are saying about this spike, we turn to Dr. Ulysses Wu, the chief epidemiologist at Hartford HealthCare. Dr. Wu, as always, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me again.
So we do know many families and friends are planning to get together this week for the big holiday. We also know that there has been a rise in COVID positivity rates, not only here, but really across the country. And many of us will be traveling. Do we feel that the vaccines are keeping us protected at this point?
The vaccines are definitely keeping us protected at this point. So we can see that the numbers are much lower than where we were at this point last year. And so we know that vaccines are working, but unfortunately there's still a sizable population that is unvaccinated. And those who are vaccinated are by and large not coming into the hospital for the most part, although some have made it into the hospital and some are unfortunately ill. But this still remains a problem for the unvaccinated mostly.
If people have been thinking about getting their booster shot but haven't done so yet, should they be trying to get one before they see family and friends on Thursday?
Yeah, if they're eligible. Unfortunately, I'm going to say that it's probably a little too late for Thursday, though every little bit helps. But it takes about 2 weeks for the immune system to sort of ramp up, though. The immune system's already up. If they're getting a booster, that means they already got 1 or 2 shots already. So they are immune already. It's just that their immunity levels have waned to a certain extent. It's not zero like everybody thinks, but it's just a little bit lower that makes them susceptible. So it may be too late to boost it for Thanksgiving, but they should get it anyways because every little bit will help.
What do you think about gathering indoors for dinners? A lot of eating happens on a holiday. If you're vaccinated, but maybe you're seeing a family who have little children who aren't eligible to be vaccinated, or maybe you're seeing your 90-year-old grandmother, do people need to be putting their masks back on if they're gathering inside with family and friends?
The suggestion is if there is unvaccinated, you probably should wear masks unless you are eating. And even if you are eating, maybe you should be socially distanced to a certain extent. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head that you're worried, even though you're vaccinated, and if you get the illness, you will probably be protected and vaccinated. Or if somebody is, unfortunately has COVID, they can certainly pass it on to others, and they are at risk for getting the disease and having an unfortunate consequence from it.
The next few months, a lot of us are kept indoors. There's a lot of gatherings. There's a lot of Christmas parties and holiday gatherings and New Year's Eve parties. What do you think we should expect in terms of positivity rates and cases as we go through the next few months? Not to mention that there's also the flu, which will be out there in addition to COVID.
Yeah, so it's funny because, well, I don't want to say it's funny, but it's the original projection models actually said numbers were going to decline after September, which we really never felt that that was going to be the case. We always knew that numbers were going to rise for several reasons. Number one is the holidays, as you mentioned. Number two is the colder weather with people gathering inside. And then number three is the lack of mask mandates at this point. And so yes, we do expect numbers to rise with the holidays, and that's why everybody should get vaccinated at this point.
All right. Well, as always, we appreciate you being with us, and we appreciate all the good information you always provide. Dr. Ulysses Wu with Hartford HealthCare. Thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for having me.